real rivalry, but has been anything but in recent years. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz alongside NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you here, breaking down every single NFL game every single week. It's the Steelers visiting Cleveland, where they've lost just once since the Browns came back into the NFL in '99. But Pat, let's start with Pittsburgh and new coach Mike Tomlin. What does that mean for Willie Parker in this offense against Cleveland?
Well, Willie Parker is proving now that he's a legitimate bell cow back. He's over 1,200 yards the last 2 years in a row. He's got big play potential. Mikey Tomlin likes that part of it, but there's an interesting issue going on in Pittsburgh this year. Roethlisberger and the receivers went to Tomlin. They've campaigned for a bigger, more expanded passing game. And basically, Mikey T said to them, you go out there and show me you'd be loyal to the system and you're not running around like a kid trying to play touch football, and we'll consider more passing. That's what happened this summer. There's going to be more passing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Willie Parker, back to your first question, is going to have more receiver roles in this offense. They look terrific throwing the football. Why? Because Ben will look for the second and third reads. He was not doing that in the Super Bowl year, and he wasn't doing it last year. When they showed him the tapes, Ben accepted responsibility for it. Ben has taken a step up.
Let's talk about Ben specifically in this game, and that being Ben Roethlisberger. Cleveland's secondary banged up, and Cleveland defensively last year wasn't very good, had a huge inability to stop the run and the pass. What does Roethlisberger's numbers look like at the end of Sunday?
You know, Ben Roethlisberger last year threw 3 interceptions and was sacked twice and still beat the Cleveland Browns. So that should tell you something. They're a lot cleaner looking to me when I watch both teams practice this summer. I think he's going to go in there. He's not going to throw 3 interceptions. He might throw 1, but he's not throwing 3. And I don't know that they're going to sack him. I love what they did putting Willie Colon at the right tackle. This is a tenacious young kid from Hofstra that's going to do a nice job for them. So I say that they're going to expose this secondary of Cleveland Browns. I see Lee Bodden got himself in trouble the other night, so he'll probably play. But mentally, where's he going to be when all this is going on in the field?
Lee Bodden, the cornerback for Cleveland. By the way, I like the Hofstra throw there. You're one of the places you used to be.
I used to coach that place.
Yeah, so you like Marcus Colston. A little special spot right there in your heart. Let's get into Cleveland here. Romeo Crennel, it's his 3rd year. Announced Charlie Frye as the starter week 1. Last year they were 4-12. Will he be able to do anything against the Steelers defense?
Look, I think one of the reasons that, first off, Brady Quinn's not ready to go yet. Although everyone thinks he looked great against the 3rd and 4th strings of everyone in preseason. The first 4 games are absolutely brutal. You're playing your division 3 of the 4 weeks, and you're playing the Raiders in the middle of that. So you got 4 teams, almost all zone blitz pressures. The kid would get whacked around. You know the Cleveland fans are so frustrated. The honeymoon's over the second Quinn goes on the field. So that's why Frye is out there. In my opinion, he'll go out there. He'll be lucky to survive it himself physically. But he's got some great targets. And Braylon Edwards sat down with him this summer. Here's a guy you haven't heard a word from Braylon. Braylon said, you're not going to hear from me once because I have to do my talking on the field against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the first time you're going to hear from Braylon Edwards.
Kellen Winslow has to do the same thing. But you like Pittsburgh in this one?
I like Pittsburgh in this game a lot. I think that they're excited about their new coach. They were ready for a change. Bill Cowher is a friend of mine. I think he's going to be, he's going to go to the Hall of Fame someday. But it was time for Mikey T. As I told Mikey Tomlin, you're not really being judged by your team till halftime of your first losing game. And he goes, I know.
Mikey T is what Mike Tomlin will now be known as forevermore here on CBSSports.com. All right, we told you that Pittsburgh has lost just once in Cleveland since '99. Pat, they've also won 7 straight in the series overall. So it is Pittsburgh overwhelming as the favorite. The Browns and Steelers kick it off at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. For more on this game or anything else involving Mikey T, you're right here at CBSSports.com. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.